Hello, everybody, and I am live for I Love Sketchup issue 86. Slowly making my way to that 100. 14 left to go. Oh, this is last week's sketch. It's my OC Larka from my comic book Blythe, and she's cosplaying as a fusion of two other people's OCs. We're not looking at that today. This week, I believe we're doing Cammy with a mix of this other girl from, well, I don't remember, Front Mission 3, I think? What's up, Robert? And I only say these two, because I was going to do them, I think in December, and then I ended up changing it to doing like a December illustration instead, so I said I would do them, and that's what we're going to do today. Where's my brush? Oh, here we go. There we go. Robert, was it you that had asked for Cammy, or the girl from Front Mission? Zeno! What's going on, man? Oh yeah, I forgot about them. Yeah! So I saved them for at one point this month. Specifically, I was going to do it last week, but I forgot. I always forget, like, at the last second I remember, but that it's OC week. Let's see here. Alright, I'm going to let you all decide. Should I do, like, a front shot, side view, a back view? I mean, Cammy's all about that, but side view. Maybe I could do something that's like dynamic. Bigger brush, please. Thank you. Thank you, Photoshop. Oh, I was about to give her like crazy elf ears. I've been drawing my comic a lot lately. Well, yesterday I spent a lot of time drawing it. Maybe I will do more of a side view. Hold on. Maybe something like this. Get her back end over here. So who's everybody's favorite Street Fighter character? I actually like Cammy the most. You know mine. Oh, come on, Robert. You gotta write it down. For any other random viewers that might be watching this and curious. Cammy. Is there a reason why you like Cammy over the other ones? Is it because she's a timid little flower? I love that moment in that old Street Fighter movie when Chun-Li calls her that after having like killed like a president or like an important official. I don't remember who it was because, I mean, it was a long time ago that I saw that movie. Give her a nice long pair of legs. Water time. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, because she's got like regular high heels, I'll make her like boots a fusion of like high heel boots. So we've got the high heel aspect. However, I am going to definitely add some detailing for this so it seems like more rugged style boots. Let's make this like a really thick border around here. We'll make them go up high, like here. Alright, for sure we're going to give her beret. And I'll give her like the pieces like the girl from oh, by the way, if any of you know who this character is from Guilty Gear, please write it down. I have no idea who the name is, so I didn't really write it down originally. So I have no clue what her name is. Yeah, I'll make her braids on the front of her hair like that. Let's bring her hair down lower. Like this. Yeah, that's much nicer. I'm gonna make it look like she's just about to kick you. Like she's got her leg up. Get ready for a beating. So I'm kind of losing my voice a little. I'm like fighting off a cold. I'm always fighting off a cold. It's my thing. You know, like some people just never get sick in their lives. And some people are only sick. And I'm one of those only sick people. Can't help but wonder if it's not my diet. Or maybe my allergies to cats and having a cat. Maybe it's my lifestyle. Staying inside all day long just drawing. I'm gonna make this hat really like take up the whole head. Like that. So yeah, again, if anyone here knows the name of the character of the Guilty Gear person I'm drawing, please write it down in the comment section, because I really don't know it. Like I hadn't marked it down when I made this character, and I need it for my to write it down for the end of the month to be like, these are the character fusions. If no one here knows, I mean, I can always hunt for it myself. It's just I thought I'd try and ask people watching me draw, because you might know. Let's bring our eyes down just a little bit, like that. That's better. I'm gonna give her her skirt. Not giving her a sword. I was very curious. I was really like contemplating if I gave her the sword or not, but I decided not to. Although I am well aware that in Street Fighter they do use weapons, some of the characters, so it would be maybe cool to give her a sword. Instead of a sword, maybe I can give her like a knife. Well, the knife's not going to go over this branch of hair. If I can make like a... I'll make it look like a fancy knife. There we go. Let's make it the sword. I've already started. Might as well finish it. There we go. So she'll have it something like that. She fights with it. What is it called? Shoto style? When you use it from like the back end. But I'll imagine that she's still a fighter. And she still does all her fighting moves. And she uses the sword to actually hammer it home some of her fists. Her punches. Alright, I think we're good with the sketch. Let's get to work on the nice artwork. Well, the sketch on top of the sketch. So to go back to the question before, my favorite character in Street Fighter is also Cammy. I like Cammy a lot. But why her, Eric? Well, one, I'm into blondes. Two, if it's from like a video game perspective, it's because I like that she didn't have any projectile weapons. Because everyone uses projectile weapons. Like, you can't be super competitive if you don't have a really great projectile weapon to slow down your opponent. Like, the projectile weapon fighters usually win. Chun-Li's got a lot of more advantages than like almost every character in the game, I find, because of that. Because she has her projectile and she has like a lot of cheap moves as well as a lot of really solid moves. Like, she's just all around good. And Cammy doesn't have all of that. But ever since Street Fighter 4, they made it so that when she does her like twirling towards the enemy, like with her body attack, that she avoids the projectile weapon and then gives them like a two hit with her backhand. And that's when I really started to like her. Because back during original Street Fighter, I liked her. I just like the design. I like the look, and I like that she's part of MI6. I think that's cool. And she has this wild background about being like brainwashed and being a bad guy for Shadowloo. So there's tons of like great development for Cammy, and I like that a lot. And I usually like characters that are never like. I like characters that are gray, you know? And not I love Magneto, but I don't like Magneto just because he's overused all the time whenever you think gray characters. But Magneto's an amazing character. It's just that he's everywhere. So I personally really like Emma Frost. She's one of my favorite characters in Marvel because even when she turns good, you never know when she could at any second turn evil again. And I always found that Cammy was kind of like that because of her brainwashing. She was good, but she didn't know, and she herself was afraid that somebody would say some sort of trigger word which would make her end up being evil again. And it does happen. So it's like, I think that's cool. So she's got a lot of balance and a lot of I don't know. I just find her stories very intriguing. You know, like a character like Ken or Ryu, like all those kind of characters are really one-dimensional, and they'll try to add a few extra dimensions here and there. I just don't find that any of them are as compelling as somebody that doesn't want to be a bad person but is stuck doing it anyway for they're let's say they're doing the wrong thing for all the right reasons or vice versa, and someone like Cammy who wants to be good but it's just she can't be because of her brainwashing is really intense. And I like that. What about you, Robert? Why do you like Cammy so much? I like her kicking style. Yeah, that's true. It's pretty cool. I love the cannon drill. Like I like how a lot of her combos mesh together. And how she fights either really low to the ground or always in the air. I think that's really fun. Oh, plus she's got an air grab, and I freaking love air grabs. I love grabs in general. Like I'm always grabbing people when I play Street Fighter. You should cut that. You don't want to break it. Sorry, my wife's like taking like price tags off of these little dinosaur plushes she found at a store. Or she's like, I had to get this because it made me think of you, Eric. And it's true. These little plush dinosaurs are pretty goddamn cute. And it's definitely the sort of thing that I would probably want to get. Alright, let's do this a little differently. That's better. It made her think of Land Before Time. And that was an amazing movie. Oh, George Lucas. Or wait, George Lucas? Yeah, it's George Lucas that did Land Before Time. Or was it Spielberg? Or was it both of them? I think it might have been both of them. Let's just erase this here. Cause it's bugging me? Yep, same. But yeah, I always find myself going for those villain characters in so many shows and comics and novels. I always root for them. And I do like the male ones. It's just that the male ones are always like the ones that are the strongest, most accentuated characters. So I end up kind of turning because I love the underdog. So I always end up going liking the female characters more than the male characters in most situations because of that. Because like I said, I think Magneto is amazing. He's so awesome. Doctor Doom, incredible. And there's so many characters in Marvel that have that kind of gray area feeling, and especially female ones, but they don't get their share. They're just due as much as they should. There we go. This is gonna look cool, this drawing. Well, I think it will anyway. We'll see. It's fun to go back and look at a bunch of my sketches that I've done on here and just see me evolving as an artist throughout the past 85 or 86 different live stream sessions that I've done. And it's funny because some of my older drawings, some of them will look nicer than some of my newer ones. But I always kind of see that as, I put it like, I kind of get lucky. Like, I'll do sketches or I'll do drawings and like, oh, this one's gonna like, the anatomy will be a little bit better, or the face looks a little nicer on that one. And it's kind of something where like, when I do it a year ago, a few years later, I will be able to draw like that regularly. It's just that it's kind of like I just hit all the right markers, and in the like, I think that's kind of interesting anyway. Like, there's drawings I've done like that where I'll look at it and be like, man, I did this one drawing that looks super nice like this, and then I haven't been able to reproduce that again in years, and then all of a sudden, well, in years, sorry, after like, let's say in that whole year, I'll draw like 20 drawings, and there'll be one drawing that looks really nice, and I'll be like, I want to draw like that all the time. And then after like a couple of months of more drawing, all of a sudden all my drawings will look like that one that I really liked. Do I put like a neck collar on her? Yes, I do. Okay, let's pop this part out for like neck collar piece. And it's funny because like this uniform I'm giving her is very Shadow Louis, because it looks like Shadow Louis ones look very military in comparison to the one that you see her just wearing there. I believe that's that Cammy's green costume is a standard issue MI6 costume. It's what the women wear. The men wear suits like James Bond, but the women wear these skin-tight leotards that show off the legs. Obviously, it's not to show off the legs. It's to help with her smooth, sweet kicking capabilities. Yeah. Sometimes I really wonder what my drawings would look like if I spent the time to color them in. You know, like let's say 1 month for my live streaming session, rather than doing a different sketch, I work on doing a full blown out like pinup. So like everybody can have their input on it while I'm working on it. So basically like when I first do the sketch will be the first session, the second session I'll start working on the line art. And then after that, I'll start doing the coloring, and everybody can all like chime in on what they want the colors to be. I always thought that might be like a fun thing to do. But at the same time, I think it might alienate some people because some people just want me to do a sketch for them and they're not going to stick around for the whole thing to see me do one illustration. And that's why I haven't really pulled the trigger on doing it. Let me just look at what's under like her breasts here. It's like this weird diamondy armor thing. So I guess I'll just kind of make up my own. That's not cool. But I think that conceptually it would be cool, you know? You know, like I'm sure there's some drawings that I've drawn during these live streams where even you, Robert, were like, oh man, you should totally color that in right now. And I'd be like, oh, I'd love to, but nope. Yep, I know that feeling a lot, says Robert. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, I think it'd be cool, but at the same time, I don't know how well it would work out. I don't know, maybe I'll do it for 1 month for fun. Like, it's not like I'm doing it all the time anyway, and it's cool to have change of pace every once in a while. There we go. It's gonna have like a, give her like a little dressy thing. This is turning out cute. Looks like a character that would fit into the game BlazBlue. I've actually never played BlazBlue before, but I love the character designs in it. Like a lot. I think they look amazing. I love how super anime everything is. Oh yeah, she's holding a sword. Let's make this wider. Alright, and go from the top, bring it all the way in like this. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is to connect to like her fist piece, but I think that if I do it like that, it's gonna look like it's connecting to the sword, and I don't want that. This is all in the same layer. I'm gonna have to switch it up. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to use the line tool. 14 too big? Yes, it is. Bring it down to like 8. 8's pushing it. Alright, let's go with that. I didn't really draw the legs yet. Oh, it's for sure gonna get covered up mostly anyway. I'm not gonna go further than that for erasing this. Let's put triangles everywhere. Forgot that she's got that little triangle design on her hat piece. I should totally put it in other spots, like here. I'm gonna make it go behind her hair. Originally I wasn't gonna do that, but I'm doing it now. There we go. Let's erase this a little. Get her coat in around here. And give her kind of like hands sprawled out so it feels like martial arty. Like she's about to, like she could easily turn into a fist as much as she could easily parry or push your fist, or I mean like catch a fist or something like that. has to be on top. It's about time to do her other layer of hair. No, I'm going to do her her leg because it's really front row center. And it's always better to draw your foreground things first. I kind of get sidetracked, or not always sidetracked, it's mostly like I just want to have fun. So I won't always draw like the foreground. I'll draw whatever I feel like drawing for fun first. But drawing the foreground definitely saves you an awful lot of time. If you have to erase, or if you're like, well, it's always going to be erased. You're going to be like, oh, well, turns out I didn't need any of this. Okay, let's do that. Where is this layer? It's right there. Definitely going to use this tool for her butt to make it perfectly round. Excuse me. There we go. No, we're not going to see any of that. If anything, this leg's got to be a little bit wider, like a little further out, I mean. Like this about. There we go. Rounder than that. Let's just move this around. now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of detailing to this boot part. With the triangle in the front. Alright. I'll add that after. Let me just see this real quick. Alright, let's go fuse that. I can erase this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this look a little nicer. Like she's looking high class, this cami. So let's give her hair elastics that you would picture her wearing. No, I'm not gonna add that. No, I like that the way it was, just like that. Okay, I gotta add thicker lines on her hair. I mean, it's coming out on top of everything, and I don't find it pops enough. Alright. Getting that hair done. Let's get in here. And then the boot as well is going to be a little thicker in line art. I think that's fine. I draw my triangle on the wrong angle. Almost forgot her ear. Oh, Cammy's got a scar. Alright, now I just gotta add some of those. There we go. It's a little design on her legs. Just gonna do a little bit of cross hatching on these, and then I'm done. Nice. Thanks, Robert. Alright. Now I have to go out and find out what the name of this girl from Guilty Gear is. But I'll wait and do that on my own time. Whoop, that sucks. Alright. So today's live stream I did Cammy mixed with a girl from Guilty Gear. Sorry, I don't know who it is. Excuse me. Alright, let's do this. Thus ends my live streaming session for today. Yet the real challenge begins. Listening to my 2-minute long advertisement on me, myself, and I. All links mentioned will be in the description below this video. I find it funny that all this time I've been reading like this thing that I wrote down so I would always know what to say. And I still don't know it by heart. Like I'm trying, but it's so difficult. At a young age, I realized that sleep was for suckers, and I could get way more done by avoiding it altogether. Now that I'm older, all I want to do is sleep. See, I work like crazy, and with your epic support of $3 a month, which is like the price of a bag of chips. So one bag of chips that you're about to buy, if you go, you know what, I'm going to support an artist and his comic and his dreams, well, that would do it. You not only get access to high-quality files with all the sketches or pinups I've completed each month, but you give me a few more minutes of rest each day, and I can't possibly express my gratitude for this alone. So how about praise from a local celebrity? Ooh, I got a special one for you today. I believe last week we got to see Skywarp. This week, it's the VF-31C Siegfried from Macross Delta.
Hello, and thank you so much for supporting Eric. Oh, and he really appreciated it. It's amazing. Well, have a good one. See ya.
Isn't she just beautiful? That is my favorite transforming toy of all time. And I have like a couple masterpieces and stuff, but dang is that one epic. Some people are into old retro things, and you know exactly who you are. Well, I have all my older sketches and drawings available for purchase on my Gumroad page. Now hold up a second, because this next part is of life or death importance. The life and death, of course, of my comic book. So, it's named Blythe. I do all the writing, I do all the illustrating, I do all the publishing, and I do all the sales. I do everything. It's a lot of work. And I want to give it life like Frankenstein did his monster. But where my comic is my cute, sweet, precious little monster, all of the viewers are the beautiful electricity coursing through its veins. So, please help give my comic the life it deserves by subscribing to it and rating it a 10 on 10 on my Webtoons page, as well as following me on Patreon. Patreon is really the #1 thing. Like, all the money I get in Patreon goes into that comic. I don't use it for groceries. I don't use it for rent. I just use it to print my comic. So it's very important, and I really appreciate those of you already following me on Patreon. Seriously, it really helps. Now I'm going to let you in on a secret. I have a blurry photograph of my kids from the future. Please don't ask me how I got it. And with each person that subscribes and likes my YouTube videos, the photo becomes more and more clear. So help out not only me, but little Leo, Raph, Casey, and April having an existence by hitting that subscribe and that like button. I feel like if I had a second or fourth kid named Casey, it'd probably be another girl. I picture Casey and April both being girls. Anyway, who knows? You know who else is super important to the rise of my future empire? Did I say empire? I meant fun, friendly, magical friends of the fun future. Well, it's you. Do you like sketching or drawing? What about making awesome costumes or cosplays? Well, you do some fan-related stuff to my comic Blythe, and I'll assure you a seat in my future galactic foothold, as well as advertising your fan stuff on all my social medias. Did I say galactic foothold? I meant friends, friendly, adventure infinity team. Well, I have to go now, but don't forget that you deserve to have an awesome rest of your day. I'll be seeing ya.